Take 3, hit record, tips for talking and looking and acting. You can find these notes in your PDF that you downloaded in this course, and we'll go through the 3rd chapter. So now that you're ready to hit record and start rolling, your lights are set up, you have an environment ready, or you're outside and you've found your spot ready to read, you got your script or your outline in hand close by to see, it's now showtime. If you don't have much experience in front of the camera, you're going to have to face many challenges at this point. Just going through your outline and talking in front of the camera, it will take practice, but it will become more comfortable the more practice you have. So in this module, the chapter, you're going to learn some valuable tips on how to speak, your body language, and how to relax. What to wear. Clothing is a consideration of what to wear. What you wear can be distracting if it's especially if you've got a green screen and your clothing blends in. It can also mess with your lights and your camera. So what you wear tells your audience something about you. If you're in a suit, it can say you're professional and someone who can be trusted. Or if you're wearing an everyday blouse, your audience might feel you're one of them, just like them. If you're dressed overly nicely with lots and lots of jewelry and makeup, your audience might find it hard to relate to you. So assess what you're going to wear. Suiting up can work well for some churches or ministries or organisations, but others it could be just wearing everyday normal clothes. Whatever you choose, whatever you're wearing, make sure it's flattering and modest to you. Wear clothes that you would wear in everyday life and clothes that will be comfortable in wearing, so you're not worried about a collar choking you or something while you're trying to talk. So are up to guidelines on what to wear. So here's some general guidelines. Colours and patterns of your clothes should harmonise with your background. Bright colours are okay, but make sure they don't clash with anything else in your environment. Avoid tight patterns that can cause problems with your camera. I don't know if you've ever seen someone on camera once and they're wearing lots of lines and the camera they just look distracting and they look like the lines are bouncing. So put on your clothing and always check on your camera. Do a check of the clothing you're wearing on your camera first before you do your actual shoot. So speaking in front of the camera, you want to get comfortable. How you look will translate, how you feel will translate how you look. If you're nervous, your viewers will know it. So make your environment as comfortable as possible. And wear comfortable clothes, create some comfortable, homey, it can be homey or comfortable, relatable environment. And of course, prayer is one that can help you get relaxed before you shoot. You pray and ask God, God, give me the words to say, give me the wisdom to share. Let me get the message out that you want to share with the audience. Give me the words to speak. So prayer is a priority before shooting. Watch the ums and ahs is another thing we're going to look out for. Practice speaking smoothly and fluently. I have a problem with ums and ahs. You probably picked that up. which is naughty, but I will keep working on that. And we do it subconsciously, so sometimes you don't even realize you're doing it. And you can, yeah, I've just done it. So play back your video recordings to yourself and think, oh, okay, I've got to work on that, because we can have words that we repeat over and over again and we may not even know that we're saying it. So pay attention to the pace at which you speak in everyday life, and if it's really, really fast, you probably need to slow that down for the video. It's something that you need to watch. Speak in a natural pace, a pace that's slightly slower than your usual speaking pace. Again, listen back to your recordings and modify your speaking pace accordingly so that it will flow more naturally to the audience that you're speaking to. Modulate your voice. If you want to create an extremely dull video, talk to the camera in a monotone tone, so it's just the same tone coming out. But if you want to keep your audience awake or attract them, be more speak with a more creative tones, so you're just not using the one tone, so you make it more attractive to listen to. So you can speak more naturally and take a note of where you can take a breath is usually with a full stop, and then move on to the next subject and just make it sound a bit more engaging. Your body language, you can see this in your note as well. Your body could be telling your viewers something you don't want it to, so it's very important to control your body language. So sit up straight with a good posture, just like your parents probably taught you. Don't slouch. Slouching can make you look like you're not confident. So make sure you keep it natural. Try straightening up now. Yep, get that back straight, spine straight. Lift your heart up to the Lord, shoulders back. And how does that make you feel? More confident and positive? I hope so. Keep your head steady. So your head can move around a bit, but not all over the place, like your hands, I suppose. But you don't want to move your head too much, because your face and your head is set up focused in the center of your shot. So you don't want to move your head way out of the shot too much. You just want to move it slightly, and you got your ups and downs and your lefts and rights, so you can turn your head, but just moving it or shifting it out of the center, you don't want to do that. You want to stay balanced, so don't shift your weight either on your body back and forth if you're standing, because it can be distracting. You want to keep balanced even in your chair or standing in the spot, so that you're not too distracting with your body posture. Keep your feet equally balanced if you're standing, equally apart, so it kind of balances you and supports you. But if you're recording on your phone, you could be walking or whatever, that still keep your face in the center and balanced, and not your head moving too much out of shot. You keep your head there. You can turn your head, nod your head, but keep it in the center, but don't move it out while you're out of the shot. So you can always see your shot like a mirror on your screen of what you're recording on your phone. So just take note that you're always in the screen. You could practice shooting in a mirror if you're going to use your webcam. or practice using webcam, using a lot of, you've got heaps of memory, I suppose, on your laptop or computer. Just do a lot of practice shots and speak to the camera, look at your body language, see what you're saying, and you can even get someone else in to have a look and go, hey, what do you think of this video? What to do with your eyes? Look at the camera. Look at your audience. If you have your notes off to one side, make them as close to the camera as you can so your eyes are slightly shifting to the left or the right. For most of the videos, your eyes should be on the camera. And you imagine a person there that you're talking to. And it feels strange at first, but with practice you'll get to work with looking at a circle or square when you talk. You can look away while the camera, when it's appropriate, but you don't want your eyes to be unnaturally glued to the camera either. You want to look as natural as you can. If you're showing a product or a graph or something physical, feel free to look away in that direction you want the audience to see. But yeah, most of the time keep your eyes on the camera, but don't forget to blink. Keep those eyes healthy with the blinking. Sometimes amateurs, when they start out doing videos, they'll just sit there and stare at the camera and they won't blink and their voice will be monotone, which seems like there's no life in them, but we don't want that from you. Keep your eyes blinking, your voice creative, and you can use your hands if you want to. Smile, yeah, smile at the camera. You've probably been used to hearing that line from a kid growing up when grandma or mum wants to take your photo. No matter what kind of video you're making, you look better, and it'll be a better video if you're presenting with a smile. It doesn't have to be a huge ear-to-ear grin. Don't let it look fake either. Just a natural smile on your face. So practice smiling in front of the mirror or in front of the camera or wherever. Just practice this smile and keep smiling. That's a good line. Heard that before. Study your face also. This is probably the least comfortable of when you practice. You record yourself and you play it back and you sit there and you analyze everything. And it can be uncomfortable. So sometimes we might have habits that we might not realize until we watch it back and go, oh my, I really do that. So yeah, go back and watch your practice videos and study the way you talk and smile and your body language. Watch your hands, excuse me. Or if you're bobbling up and down in your seat, or you might do something when you're nervous and it's coming out. Just take a note of that so that when you do your videos, you start filming your videos that you want to share, that you take note, oh, okay, I've got to stop doing this or that. Hands can be awkward and feel like they're in the way. And the hands are a wonderful part of the body. But the minute you turn on the camera, you may feel like your hands are huge or in the way no matter where you put them. So a great deal of on-camera body language involves around the hands. So don't try and hold your hands. Don't hide them. I mean, don't stuff them in your pockets or put them under the table. Keep your hands visible. even if they're just resting on your lap or on the table. Like your face and your voice, you may want to study your hands in the mirror or in your practice videos. Is what you're doing with your hands natural? Are they in the way? Do they look strange? It's fine to gesture with your hands as you would in any ordinary conversation that you have, but keep your hand gestures natural and moderate. Use them to emphasize points if it feels natural, but don't overdo it. And don't be too big on your gestures and make yourself look silly. So always put your hands where they can be seen, either on your lap, on your desk or on your lap. But if you're using a phone camera, one hand will be busy recording yourself if you're using it for that. You've always got your other hand if you need. It depends what type of shot you've got, a headshot or a body shot. It depends how far you can stretch it. But to get that full length, or if you want to use a selfie stick even, they're handy for getting a half body shot, and you can use your other hand if you choose to. So now that we've got our talked about our body language, record a few trial runs and play them back, watch and listen. It may be painful at first, but this is how you refine your on-camera presence and learn how to control your voice and your body language. Use a timer when you do your practice scripts or you're going to use your outline. Try to keep it close to as 1 minute as possible. Even when you're practicing, you might want to hit record and then when you've got your script, hit record and see your whole script, your body language and lighting and equipment and everything in full in your practice video, so you can have a good look at it and change what you need to. Also have on hand a sip of water or water. Take a sip before or between takes to keep your voice sounding loud and clear. Also between takes, do a little recharge of your body and your mind, and just because it can get draining. So just close your eyes just for a minute, take some deep breaths and talk to God. Have a little prayer session and then regain your focus on what you're going to talk about next. And if you're going to if you're doing any walking, also in your video, I should have mentioned this earlier, but if you're going to, in your studio and you're standing up and going to do some walking, put down some tapes of the path that you can take, or put tape down on the floor of your boundaries so you don't go out of shot either. If you're out in the park or anywhere on your iPhone, just have a look about roughly where you're going to walk. Have a look in the background that you think your background that nothing that shouldn't be there is there, and so you've got all your environment set up and you're ready to go. So now you can press stop or pause and go on and get your script, write out your points or whatever, or your full script, and then grab your camera, find a location or use your studio that you've set up and record away and see what pointers that you need to work on. Like I've got my arm. I will catch you in the next lesson.